From the deep dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikitas, Tabbytha, and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game.
That was Nikitas. I am Tabbytha, and there over yonder is Grebog.
And you forgot somebody.
And we have a special guest with us as well. Mem is with us.
I didn't know if you were if we were introducing him now or after, or it's. And Mem joins us today.
Yar.
This will be the episode of Chaos, this is episode 182, Peanut Butter Jelly Time. If you would like to support us, we are I'm slowly re-enabling our affiliate status. Apparently, when you get it canceled and get it re-enabled, it takes longer to get them to re-enable it again. But also you can, if you want, can donate over at coffee.com/GREBOG. But yeah, that is, here, let's let the guests go first. How's your week been, Mem, and what have you been up to?
Well, I've had a long face for the past week or so. I damaged a nerve in my face, so all my right side is down, long face, and I'm currently sporting a pirate patch.
So did somebody get it on your last nerve?
Yes! Oh, the perfect joke! Oh!
I mean, he got on his own last nerve.
Yeah.
I think I broke Mem.
I love it. It's like the perfect, it's a gallows humor joke. I love it. But yeah, I've been talking all funky, and I actually have not been able to work this past week because of this. Because it's not professional. And, couldn't work with people.
That's fair.
Tabby, how's your week been? Where are we going? What's going on?
Wait, what's going on?
We're all working somewhere.
I stealthed cued us for something.
My week has been pretty good, pretty busy. Got a lot of stuff going on in my the two different employment activities that I do. Next week I'm going to try and be here, but it is entirely possible that I won't be. So I need to be because I'm heading to New Orleans next week for a conference. So I've got a laptop for it, and I just gotta I've just gotta make sure that I get back to the hotel on time. But aside from raiding in WoW and doing a lot of things in STO, it's been and on my work stuff. It's been pretty normal week.
Here they come, all ships, battle stations.
Nikitas, then. What have you been up to? Yeah.
My week has been crazy, hectic, and whatnot. I'm dealing with medical issues as well, and it's caused my work schedule to be different, which is throwing off my sleep schedule and throwing off my gaming schedule, and it's just not been fun. The only games that I have really played this week has been Pokemon, because I'm trying to learn how to farm money, but it's not really working. And
let's hope they get the job done.
STO, where I was putting this jelly build together. I've got Jupiter Station.
We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our systems.
I will go over and get Alpha.
What about?
Yes, Alpha.
Okay,
what about this week in STO? Oh wait, I'm starting this off.
Oh wait.
Now,
yeah, sure. You can start it off. We'll skip Grebog. We don't need it.
I thought you already
Screw
went.
him.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Grebog.
First Endeavor game on. Thank you for the raid. And welcome all the ones coming in. Augie, Dwayne, I think Cliff, was it? Yeah. So here's one problem I see with the jelly on this map. Anyway.
You have to move regularly to close rifts.
Yeah.
This map is fun if you have somebody that can move for the rift. Otherwise, it's poopy.
But
Okay,
anyway.
so maybe this wasn't a good choice. Sorry.
You need to get those rifts under control.
I mean, it's fine. My week's been I don't know, interesting.
Fighting with GPS.
I had to deal with packages not showing up when I was hoping for them, and then they finally did show up. It showed up today, and I will have new computer stuff and things set up. Hopefully, I don't know. It may have to wait till Saturday, unfortunately. But been still doing WoW, still doing a lot of stuff in STO, tinkering with a jelly build, trying to get it better, further, faster, farther. We have money, we can rebuild it. Oh wait, I mean,
and under budget.
Yeah, I was also trying to keep it under a budget build, and we'll cover what that means when we start talking about that. So yes, let's move into the this week in STO.
I'm sorry, man. I really do feel bad about trying to skip you. I'm sorry. So the Galaxy went to red alert. This started on the 4th and goes until the 18th, so a week from today. As this is a 2-week red alert, you have to get 10 days of progress to earn the rewards. And you get one of each of the typical rewards. So there's a specialization point, an experimental ship upgrade token, and an ultimate tech upgrade.
All right, so they announced Mud's Disco Inferno bundle, not to be confused with an Infernal. Though that would be interesting. I would love to see a Disco Infernal.
Burn baby burn. Disco
Burn baby burn. It will be on sale for 50% off from the today until the 25th. And the notable things on this is that it comes with the Discovery Flight Deck Carrier Ship Pack, which means there are 2 ships in there, one for Fed, one for KDF, the American Worker Flight Deck Carrier, which is the Constitution, and then there's also the D7 American Worker Flight Deck Carrier, which has one of the traits that everyone loves, and is probably one of the big reasons people will pick up this pack. And then we have the Jovian Intel Heavy Raider. Interesting ship, but I don't know. It may not be for me, but yeah. And then we have the one that intrigues me, the Baul Sentry Vessel. I kind of want to tinker with it, but I haven't picked up the pack. I don't know if I will pick up the pack. It is, the standard roughly $150 to do, so yeah. But
I'm killing everything so fast that even with 3 rifts open, nothing is getting through.
Yep.
Well, even in non-jelly mode, I am oddly doing enough damage to take things out.
Yeah.
So I feel like I might have actually got the ship into a good place. Also in that bundle, or you could choose 50 Master Keys, 1 Epic Prize Token, Phoenix, 6 Elite Captain Training Tokens, or 10 Ultimate Tech Upgrades. Honestly, if you're going to buy it, do the Choice Pack. Get the 3 ship options, because that'll give you 4 ships for the price of what they normally want, 3 ships. Also during this bundle release, that they put the Mud's Market non-bundle sale up, and that goes until the 15th, where everything that's not a bundle in Mud's Market is 75% off.
Take them out first.
And there's a lot of good little stuff in there,
Trying to turn around here. There we go.
I'm gonna wait here for her to show up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't even try to catch
On her
me.
way.
She's going somewhere.
The Enterprise is going from
Nicodemus,
sector Alpha.
Over here.
new details.
Yeah, sorry. Just moving. So they announced the next expansion for STO. They're calling it Both Worlds. Starts January 23rd. Okay, so the current event is going to end on the 18th. The next event starts on the 23rd. So we're going to have a gap in there. As I understand it, this is going to be the anniversary event. Season 31, that's what it is. So there's a new episode called Scorpion's Abyss. There's a new TFO, the Battle of Wolf 359. The reward is going to be the Tier 6 Kittimer Alliance Rex. There's an Elite Random Task Force Operations feature, so now you can queue for Elite Random. And there's a new lockbox called The Last Generation, based on Star Trek Picard Season 3. I will say there's a rumor flying around about this new Alliance ship, saying it's going to be a pilot ship. And a lot of people think the name Rex will relate to Dukan Rex. So it's going to be a Jem'Hadar ship. So the popular opinion right now is that it's going to be a bug ship. I have no idea if that's true. I don't have any official sources that say that. It is just the rumor that's flying around. So take that as you will. That wasn't terrible for a fun little goofy thing I stealth queued us for.
No, it worked.
That wasn't bad at all.
And we missed one, so they're also doing a mark event, bonus mark event. Started on the 4th, ends on the 18th. It's just earn more fleet or reputation marks. We missed that one in our list there. All right,
yes.
so we're.
Maybe if I had hope. No, I tried to remember everything. I'm sorry.
We're going to move on to our primary target here, and this is going to be Grebog describing his lazy jelly. So tell us about your peanut butter jelly time build that we just featured slightly.
So we all have the ship. Well, most of us have the ship if we did the event. If you don't have the ship, then I guess I'm sorry you missed out. It is a pretty decent ship. And has a what?
Let me interrupt for just 1 second. While we talk and while you go through this, do you want me to go ahead and queue us up for something? That way we can be floating around in jelly mode while we do it.
Sure. Let's look at Kobe.
Yeah. As soon as I find it. Sorry to interrupt.
So I went with what, like, I know everyone's probably, all the other content creators have done builds like this. The interesting, or I guess one thing I tried to do was go with what I would call a budget build. There are no promo ship stuff on here. There are no mega bundle items on here. This is pretty much all stuck with you can either pick it off the exchange for normally not terrible price, though obviously if it's on the exchange prices may vary, but a lot of it is elite fleet stuff or rep stuff, or a single ship. So yeah.
Welcome to the Gamma. Welcome to the Gamma. In this exercise, you must.
So for weapons, honestly, because we're focusing on amplifying the damage of the jellyfish, jelly mode, they don't matter. So this is a bit of a rainbow build. I'm sure the Tabby and Nikitas noticed that this is very much a rainbow build. It surprisingly doesn't do terrible, even as a rainbow build. So,
This is the Kobiyashi Maru.
the whole point of the weapons I picked are to get set bonuses. Where's everyone going?
I'll be right here.
I think I'm going to stay right here.
I guess I'll stay here then.
got a little bit of an overlap with Mim here.
Yep.
I think we'll have a overlap in the middle for all of us. So for the weapons, 4 weapons, I have the phaser wide angle, comes from the Disco Rep for Lorca's Ambition set. I went with the Dark Matter Quantum Torpedo Launcher. I am not sure I would I need to do here. Let me do a combat log one, because I need to find out if it triggers the torpedo special and the 3-piece set. If it does, it's worth keeping. If it doesn't, then it might not be worth keeping the 3-piece. Because if you can get free torpedoes just because of a trigger, awesome.
It's not over yet. The next wave is coming.
The other option, okay, this is a filler. I left in here my Delphic anti-proton beam here, but that was going to be one of my other sets. But because it takes 200 Lobi to buy, I am not recommending to do this. If you have it, use it, but if not, yeah. Also using the prolonged engagement photon torpedo here, part of the 2-piece set again, and then I have on the rear the where is it, the phaser beam, and part of this is like, if you look at the set bonuses, you get 7.5% recharge time on all bridge officer abilities, so that gives you more time. You know, you can get more powers going. The Lorca set, the 2-piece gets you more crit severity, and it stacks up. And then the 3-piece, if you go to 3-piece, it's supposed to give you basically Death Blossom Dark Matter torpedoes. So
Nice
for the space set, a lot of this is the standard Elite Fleet. I went with Preservation for survivability, and then I have the Romulan, which comes from the Romulan Rep, Romulan Advanced Prototype Impulse Engines, and then I have the 2-piece for the. Oh no, I don't have the 2-piece. I was meaning to go to Tilly's review pending modified shield with the mycelial harmonic matter antimatter. I currently have on the Temporal Defense Initiative 2-piece. Honestly, I haven't noticed an issue either way. So if this is probably a good alternative, I meant to switch that.
It's not over
It
yet.
just gives
The
you
next
more
wave is
hull
coming.
regen, which, you know, it's like, okay, it's good to have.
If you're struggling with survivability, definitely have Tilly's review pending modified shield and the mycelial harmonic matter antimatter core. Those are 2 really nice. They're typically the meta for everything. On the rear, I also have the kinetic cutting beam, and that's part of the you know, Omega adapted Borg tech set, and I do have the other piece for that. Then I was doing some research, and I found that as a cheap alternative for another set, I found that House Martok has a torpedo and also has the omnidirectional disruptor beam. I'm not sure if I'm trying to just slap in here as many sets. It gives you more crit chance. It does give you more accuracy rating. I don't know that accuracy is really ever an issue, but the increased crit chance is always a good thing. And then we have Lorca's fire control, and I slapped it in the universal console slot. It is good. Just I don't know how many times we've talked about that console. I mean, I put it in a lot of builds because it's crit chance, weapon power setting, starship shield penetration. You know, it does a lot. And then of course it's there for the set bonus. And obviously the number one console in this ship that you should always have on it is the Cnidarian Defense, because that is what allows you to go into jelly mode and allows you to do all your stuff and things.
The vengeance affix is active.
For survivability, and it does have plus 20% all damage, but the whole image refractors, which comes from a lockbox, you can get it on the exchange. Probably not too pricey last I checked, but it adds it gives you an oh crap button if things get hairy, though I am not a big fan of the oh crap button because it takes you out of the fight for a decent amount of time. For 20 seconds. It takes you out of the fight for 20 seconds. Have the assimilated module for going with the kinetic cutting beam for the 2-piece there. And that, and also this module gives you more crit chance, crit severity, weapon power, you know, all the good stuff. I have also here Portal of the Damned. Mem and I were talking about it, and he wasn't sure if it should be replaced or not, but I left it in here because it has some armor penetration with weapons versus foes affected by dots. And there are some things that we have, or that can be done, that add dots to enemies.
Yeah.
So I figured extra penetration to enemies is always a good thing.
The technical difficulties
And
affix
this one,
is
this
active.
console Mem found for me, and it's the Sustained Radiant Field. It has on it bonus outgoing hull heals, but it also has some all weapon damage, and it has some bonus shield heals. So it does a lot of nice things to help you stay alive, and also helps you boost your damage. It comes from the Iconian rep and is technically, I think, a tier 1 on the rep. You don't have to get far into the rep to be able to get this.
Nope.
Let's see. Then there's always the decentralized. Whoa! Oh, it pointed right at me. That was rude.
But notice how little it took of your health. This thing, when you got it, it will take a beating.
Especially with the overlapping fields. We're all
Yeah.
healing each other.
So
The next wave.
decentralized immunity is an amazing console. So if I would have noticed that that the Doomsday device was pointing at me, I could have popped that out and been immune to it. It does have some crit severity on it and shield capacity.
It's not over
And
yet.
then
The next wave is coming.
it also has a button that I can clicky
The acceleration
that gives me
affix is
immunity for a short time.
Wait, what's going on?
Oh, wow.
We're getting pushed all over.
Oh, yeah, this is the only negative here, is that it will, the speed up in this will mess you up. That's the only problem for this.
Wow.
Oh no!
What causes that?
It's one of the modifiers.
The acceleration affix.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to pop out of jelly mode to get back.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, we all did.
Another.
Wow. Okay.
I'm coming for you, Dreadnought.
Everybody get your fire breath on the dreadnought. Hope it's enough. Now I wish we had something that would cool down, make the cooldown faster.
I can't stop.
I do tend to run unconventional systems for that.
Okay, this has added chaos into trying to describe a build.
The next wave is
Here,
incoming.
I thought we were just going to be
Look at the
sitting
sword.
around not doing anything.
The system's offline bomb
For
affix
those
is
with
active.
us, for those who are interested, we will post the build as well, so you'll have access to that.
I'm trying to get back to the Kobe.
The system's
Yeah, I'm over
offline
here.
bomb
He's
affix
taking
is
damage
active.
though.
Kobiyashi Maru's health is at 50%.
Come on, I got 20
Where are
seconds.
you, Kobe?
I'm going back
System's
jelly mode
offline bomber fix is
on top of it.
The
Hopefully we
Kobayashi
can heal it
Maru's
some.
health is at 25%. The Kobayashi Maru's health is at 10%.
Oh no!
Did we lose?
The system's offline bomber fix is active.
Okay.
Nope,
Back
we're
to
still going.
I'll get back over to my spot.
so I have the enhanced induction fields. This adds a bunch of weapon power and whatnot. It's usable. That beefs up the weapon power and everything. The next console it was another one Mim showed me. It's the Ionic Deflector Inversion. It has a big electrical damage boost to it and shield regeneration. So more survivability. This comes from the Terran Somerville Scout Ship, which was an event. So hopefully you can reclaim it. Let's see. Now we have the I have the retrofitted assimilator, which you can all tell because I currently have a large dreadnought trying to hump my leg right now. Jeez. Get off of me. I know you like me. Go away.
The weapon recharger fix is active.
Oh, that's crazy. We are actually healing the Kobayashi Maru.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
the awesome thing of this.
I obviously have the Dragon's Blood Flame Reactor. It also has a bunch of bonus damage for Disruptor, Fire, Cold, Electrical, Radiation, and Psionic. Basically, if you have consoles that give you a plus electrical damage, you want them in this build. I also added in the minion defense screen. I have it from I believe the legendary Jem'Hadar Vanguard pilot attack ship. It also comes on the Jem'Hadar recon ship. So it's not too hard to pick up. It has crit chance, crit severity on it, but then it has a use ability that gives you a big shield regen, and yeah, it helps out with survivability. So that is the consoles and weapons and stuff. Now for, come on. Now for my powers, my bridge officers. Apparently my browser tab is locked up. Yeah, no, now it jumps around. Okay.
As Augie just said while you're looking it up, ironically, it gets the most damage increase from isomags, which you're not using.
The electrical damage for the that's interesting. That's good to know. For stations and powers, I went with I have a science. I put a science person in the miracle worker seat with photonic officer 2, tractor beam repulsors 1 to keep people away, and then I have very cold in space, which is a debuffer. And it slows them down, makes it so that on the tactical slot, I went with attack pattern Omega 1, chemocyte weaponry 2 for some splash damage, and then augmented boarding party. It reduces shields of your enemies. So yeah. Now on the engineer, is this universal or engineer? I think it's just an engineering. You have a command engineer slot. I went with the emit unstable warp bubble 3. This is normally considered a control thing, and since there are a few aspects that we are using that trigger off of control stuff, I went ahead and dropped this in there. Have reverse shield polarity 2 for survivability, and then emergency power to weapons 2. Now that it does bonus energy weapon damage. It doesn't do, from my understanding, for your electrical. So And then, because I always run the duty officer, that when you hit your evasive maneuvers or you hit emergency weapon to engines, it can reset your evasive maneuvers. I picked, you know, emergency power to engines 1. I have a gravity well 1 in the science slot, and destabilizing resonance beam, and then jam targeting sensors. So if they can't target me, they can't hurt me.
The unstable cause affix is active.
Oh boy, I have that wrong though, because in the notes I have gravity well, Tychon's Rift, and polarized hull. Yeah, boy, I can't even follow my own build. It's fine. I meant to do that. Here, that is the doc I am using. Everyone should be able to pull it up and look at it. Traits. The main trait in this is the 5 magics. Like, they gave us that starship trait, and that has been, yeah.
Yeehaw!
It gives bonus damage to the 5 magics, and that is disruptor, fire, cold, electrical, psionic, and, you know, radiation. This is based off of engine power, so having some things that boost your engine power does help. Though technically, yeah, I don't use a lot of engine power in this setup. Oh, I put that as an optional. I also have dimensional modulation. This is a bonus all damage, so that is why that's in there. Did I get retaliation? I tried to, I think. Dimensional modulation comes from what's over here. The 5 magic comes from the Hysperion, which is the thing. The dimensional modulation comes from the Terran Lexington Dreadnought Cruiser. The retaliation comes from the Paladin Temporal Battle Cruiser. I thought I was using it.
Heads up! Another wave is coming your way.
I thought I was.
So we're on wave 28.
Yeah,
and we haven't really broken a sweat.
The weapon recharge
we kind of did once.
Meh.
So
that was more like a whoops.
Retaliation gives you more bonus all damage crit chance. And then we have Confederation Fuhrer. On defeating foes, add 6 power to weapon subsystems, and this stacks. I mean, it you know, we're destroying a lot of enemies, so, and this comes from, come here, work with me.
Oh, we're in turbulent space, so we're getting pushed around again.
But not as bad as last time.
Just back and forth. The other was our engines were running.
Confederation Fuhrer comes from a lockbox. You can pick it up on the exchange. Another trait that is good. I think something, I changed my setup and it didn't, it went back to an old setup before we started. Gotta love loadout problems. Tear open the gates is another trait that is basically, it adds in anytime you do an anomaly, which right now I guess it wouldn't be helping me a whole lot because I'm sitting here talking to you all while they're doing stuff and things. But when you're doing your Tychon's Rift, when you're doing gravity well, you would get, you know, anomalies, and basically it would spawn the lost souls that would run around and chase down your enemy and hurt them. They actually do a fair amount of damage, and it's fairly impressive. And then One Big Happy Fleet is another one, the last one here, and it's while in combat plus 5 energy weapon shield penetration every 10 seconds stacks up 10. When entering combat on first damage dealt, shield subsystem offline for 12.1 seconds. Now, I do have some alternative starship traits in this thing, one of which is a very pricey one, though I guess it got sort of cheaper because it's now in a mud bundle, or comes from a ship in a mud bundle. The Ruin of Our Enemies, which comes from the D7, which was a promo ship, and is now in the latest Muds bundle. So for $150, you too can have this trait.
Kablooey. They ran into me with a spatial charge.
She's a predator, which I actually have set up on this one right now. It's not a bad trait to have. Let's see here. Come on. I have too much stuff going on. Maybe once I have the new computer hardware, everything will work better. It comes from the legendary Scimitar Intel Dreadnought Warbird. Basically, when activated, bridge officer attack pattern bridge officer abilities, gives you more hit points, and it has bonus all damage on it. Terran Goodbye is another good trait.
You assimilated it. Nice.
Oh my god.
Well, Dwayne, now it's in the mud. It's in the latest Muds bundle. So, if you really want it, $150. But let's see, Terran Goodbye. I don't know if I have that one or not. No, I do not. Also, why I didn't have it. It comes from the Mirror Constitution warship, which is a lockbox ship, which is why I didn't put it in the main part of the build. Strike from the Shadows. It's from the Strand Pilot Escort. Essentially, the more, and also various pilot or various, birds of prey. Strikes from the Shadows is a good trait as long as you're not taking damage from a ship. If they're not targeting you, you do more damage to them. Is kind of the gist of it. Since you do so much AoE, it may be hard to be, not targeted. And then Arrest, that comes from Constable. I don't have Constable up high enough to be able to get it, which is why I didn't put it in the build. It is a good trait to have. It's just I don't have it.
Whoa, what's going on with Kobe?
We just lost Kobe.
Let's see.
Man o' War? He was over there in that bundle of Man o' Wars and they just decimated him.
It's still alive, barely. Staying at 1, it gets skin healing. That's what's keeping it going.
Do we need someone to go over there?
I'm creeping. It's within my shield.
Next wave is incoming.
Okay, with more traits.
The nanite infection affix is active.
So for the space reputation, I am using Landry's Loyalty, outgoing crit hits, cleanse, 1 random debuff. So
The technical difficulties of
that's a way to get some debuffs off. Saru's Grace, control powers add stacks to self and add increased damage and speed. The speed we don't really care about, but the damage we do. Precision, this is a good one all around, 5% critical hit chance. Advanced targeting systems, another 20% crit severity. And then obviously Tyler's Duality, 4.6 crit chance. The last 3 are standard in a lot of builds. For the active space, I went with biomolecular shield generator because you're sitting still. You can sit in the middle of the, you can just sit here and soak up even more healing. Yeah, Dwayne, improved crit systems is another good trait. I didn't put it in, but I mean, it is definitely a good trait if you have some of these. It comes down to what you have access to. Though improved crit systems comes from one of the recruits. No, not Gamma. It's not. It's either Delta. I think it's Delta or, yeah, I don't know. I also have quantum singularity manipulation, and I put forced challenge, which may seem like an odd one, but since it forces an enemy to come at you, and then it removes their forward shielding, and yeah. So I figured if we're doing a bunch of AoE and we remove their shield, at least one facing, why not? Refracting Tetrion Cascade can be handy to just do a bunch of AoE, And then anti-time entanglement singularity is another good one. What am I missing?
Heads
Oh,
up,
personal
another wave is
traits.
coming your way. The
Personal
volatile core
traits,
reacher fix is active.
One of them will make a lot of sense because of what we do, or what this is. So we have adaptive offense, crit chance, crit severity. I put in psychological warfare. This came from okay, almost all of these traits come from a lockbox or the exchange. I tried not to, except for the fact that like there's just so many traits. There are a couple that are standard. Like fleet coordinator is in here. That is a default trait. Let's see, where is fleet? Is this fleet coordinator? No, that's. And fleet coordinator is a good one, plus 8% bonus all damage per teammate. So, and self included, up to 10%. So, oh, I think it's plus 2%. I think it's saying, since we're in a team of 4, we're getting 8%. So as you can see, that stacks up. And then who else was in here? Psychological warfare? No. I don't know. But yeah, anchor, adaptive offense, lockbox 1, more crit chance. Then psychological warfare, it helps with bonus controllability, effectiveness. So when you're using your gravity wells, Tychon's Rift, that'll help. Context for kings for more damage resistance rating, and if you don't take damage in the past second, you have your boost going up. Oh, temporal recruit. Thanks, Dwayne. We have unconventional systems, so using a control bridge officer ability, cuts down the recharge time of universal consoles, which we have all kinds of universal consoles.
And to highlight that, the defense console is a console affected by that, which allowed me to get back in quickly both times I was out.
Yeah. Inspirational leader. See, this is the one I thought was. But inspirational leader is a good one. 10% chance activating any bridge officer ability. Plus 10 of the most starship skills for 15-second stacks. Anchored.
Yes.
This is definitely one to have. While stationary, gain 1 stack of anchored every 5 seconds, up to 4. And then you get plus 5% all damage bonus and minus 5 all damage resistance rating. Yeah.
What the heck just happened to me?
I don't know. What happened to you?
The next wave is
I'm
incoming.
shooting beams of light everywhere.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean the little electric beams.
The
Like it was.
difficulties of fix is active.
They looked like white laser beams that were shooting everywhere. It was weird.
Yeah, it's one of the things.
Intelligence agent to attaché on weapon critical strike, restores 2% of captain ability recharge. Duelist fervor, 5% all damage, 5% accuracy. Terran targeting systems, 15% crit severity. Incoming crit hits reduce your speed. Oh no, I'm standing still. And then I use Boimlers as always. Oh, psychological warf. No, that wasn't. There.
Psychological warfare.
Psychological warfare. I'm trying to. I swear there were 2 traits that are. Maybe it's because of one of the ones. Oh, another option. Particle manipulator. That comes from Science R&D level 15. It is a decent trait to have if you want to boost up the control effectiveness. Operative. It is a default trait, and it is not a terrible one to run with either. Fragment of AI tech, another lockbox exchange. I mean, psychological warfare. I mean, he does come at you pretty hardcore.
They got me.
Yep.
Now for power ratings and such, why am I over here? Or why are you all over here? I had my screen covered.
The next wave is coming.
So right now I have weapons to power maxed, and then I have auxiliary after that to 70. I don't have shields and engines up much, though. Sometimes with the way the 5 magics works, I've been tempted to pump up the test out having the engines up higher, so that way I can get more engine power. Though if you notice with some of the stuff that we're running, you can see that maybe you can't see here. Let me move it so you can actually see it.
Offline bomber fix is active.
That's not a good spot. Okay, that's better-ish. Let's see. Too many buffs and debuffs.
Oh, he's
there.
outside of the
The
field.
system's offline bomber fix is active.
But as you
Nice
can see,
deadline.
just even sitting here, like my engine power ramps way up with the various abilities consoles I have going on. So
The system's offline bomber fix is active.
even still. Yeah, that is the ship build in a
The system's
nutshell.
offline bomber fix is active.
Like I said, I'm using, for specializations, I'm using the temporal operative as the primary because it boosts a lot of the debuffs and such that I'm trying to put out,
The system's offline bomber
and
fix
works with a
is
lot of
active.
that and the control aspects that we put onto the ship. I went with secondary being pilot because if ships get closer to you, one of the things, if ships get closer to you and have a warp core breach, there is part of the pilot that will negate the first warp core breach beside you, which could come in handy.
Yeah.
There are all other aspects as it helps you get your ship into position to go into jelly mode, and then you can, you know, I mean, because your whole purpose is to be jelly mode, so.
The system's offline bomber fix is active.
It would be nice if they gave us some Tholians.
But that's the build in a nutshell.
Now, we were going to ask Mim to detail his build,
The
because his
system's
is a little
offline
different.
bomber
So
fix
what
is active.
makes your build
Heads up,
different,
another
Mim?
wave is
Oh,
coming
great.
your way. Enemy assault
I think the
incoming.
big thing for
Survive the
me
onslaught.
was
The nanite infection fix
getting
is
some
active.
of the like I know I went with the D7 trait early on. Like I really pondered that, and I think if you don't have it, it's a good build no matter what. But now that it is an option to get in there, it's nearly a must-have for ruin of our enemies. It's excuse me, especially with all of the sitting around and everything around you dying so quick. It will ramp up, boom. You went over pretty much everything. Even the optional little bits and bobs. And I love how, oh yeah, we got the Tholians you wanted.
We did.
I love how you added on the Martok set, because that puts me for accuracy. I'm at 77% right now,
It's not
nearly
over yet.
200%
The next wave
crit
is coming.
severity, 40% crit. Things are just going to go kablam. So you took,
The vengeance of
because
fix
I
is
originally
active.
got this from Augie, you know, over a year ago when it first came out, and I just added on, you know, pieced and, you know, parted it, and I say I love that he did the original, and it's just been something that you know, it's been fun to have because I can just go in and handle a lot.
It's not over yet. The next wave is coming.
This is... We have technically lost 3 times, but because of the healing, it keeps
technical
pulling the
difficulties of fix is
Kobiyashi
active.
Maru back in.
Yep.
I discovered just as we're
I
sitting
popped.
here, I
Oh, no,
recognized
no,
that
no,
the
no, no,
image
no, no.
refractors, if you pop the image refractor,
Kobiyashi Maru's health
even
is
though
at
you go
50%.
stealth,
The Kobiyashi
your
Maru's health
pink
is at
bubble of
25%.
doom was still
The
activated.
Kobiyashi Maru's health is at 10%.
They got 3 of us.
I think that's it.
I'm back in. I don't know how long I'm gonna last, but I'm here.
The Kobe's near dead almost.
I know.
Hey, we could have kept it alive for the whole show. That's pretty dang good.
Oh, that was something. Pop it if you got it. Get the jellies back up. See if we can save the Maru again.
Save the Kobe.
The next wave is
Remember the
incoming.
Kobe!
8,
I got a minute.
7, 6, 5. Jelly mode.
Oh, got me again.
Oh,
The health
More
bar's
time
back
before
up.
reach a fix is active.
That's because I'm right next to the Kobiyashi. Well, okay, is that my Kobiyashi Maru or the one? Oh, no, the one we're protecting's over there.
Cuffs, yes, it is expensive, but it's only like under 5K right now. And if you were to have gotten the coupons for Christmas, it would be extremely cheap now. Because the coupons let you get one of them for free.
Does
Yeah.
it work on mud ships?
no, it
I-
doesn't.
Oh. I didn't
Does
think
he-
this was. I didn't think the jelly was a mud ship directly.
It
It
is now.
It is
Oh.
currently a mud ship, and so but with the sale on, it's $42.50.
Yeah.
which
It's not
translates
as
to
terrible of a
$42.
price.
Oh, we're just getting wrecked.
Yep, I think we hit the limit of what this can do.
45 though.
That's
Wow.
pretty dang good for lazy boats. Oh yeah, it just knocked me out. Yep, we hit our limit.
I'm still going.
We should probably like pull close together
Oh, I just exploded.
for mutual support. And
Yeah.
no,
It didn't pop
no,
me
no.
out of jelly mode. It just destroyed me.
I
Wow.
respawned and got 2-shotted.
Heads up, another wave is
That's
coming your way.
crazy.
Oh, we're not even done with this wave, and another wave is coming in. We're dead.
The nanite infection affix is active.
But consider the silliness of this. That's one reason why I loved it. There are so many of the places where you can just be the lazy boat and just, no, I don't have anything to do.
Wow.
And there we went. They finally got all of us.
Let's see, what do we get?
Two-
45 rounds.
235 fleet marks without boost, because I already did mine earlier, so that's a lot of marks for just sitting here. Oh, that's crazy. All right, guys. So Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, will be fun night again. We're not sure what topic we're going to be doing next Thursday, but
Wow.
we will have a show next Thursday, and then sometime in the future, we're going to find out who the goodest boy ever is.
The
All right,
goodest
everyone.
boy.
This simulation
I-
is over.
I think that's
Here
what
are
we should
your
name
results.
the pet episode, the goodest
Yes.
boy.
We
Goodest boy.
got 4,080 dilithium also from the end results here. What this says for hitting 45.
Yeah.
That's nice. Excellent.
I mean, it's one-
I didn't say it. I started to. I caught myself.
I mean, we could clip it and we could Because I thought, yeah, that's why I said, wow.
I'm missing the joke here.
Obviously, I'm tired.
Look at chat. I'm not going to say what was almost said, and Augie had asked.
All right, I'm out. I'm done. I'll see y'all later.
That's a mic drop.
As we've broken Nikitas tonight, that's fine.
Somebody clip that. That's for the highlight next year.
That's going to be in the best of 24.
And
best of bar 24.
And on that note, I will see you out there.
If it harms no one, do it. Protect the weak from the strong.
Have fun, be safe, and don't set yourselves on fire.
You should have said Twire.
Live long and prosper. We'll be right back to raid somebody.